Oh, you guys ready for these fights? Yeah.
Still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on? Sounded like kind of like a loaded question. Like, yeah, I already told you I was ready for him.
Yeah.
The whole last week.
It's gonna be a doozy. I'm nervous about my bet, as everybody should be when you have that many fights lined up. When I do
What'd you
4.
take again?
How many fights are there?
On the main card?
Yeah.
There's 5.
5 or 6, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, there's 5.
One that shouldn't be on there, in my opinion.
Yeah, there should be. That's why I didn't bet on it.
I bet on it. I think CM Punk's gonna lose.
Yeah, here, let's look it up.
Wait, CM Punk is...
Do you know who CM Punk is?
Yeah.
You know
he's
CM
fighting-
Punk?
My cousin is really big fan of WWE.
Yeah, so he's fighting. He's the first fight of the night.
He's fighting actual UFC MMA.
He's
That's gonna be like crazy because like WWE is like really fake, so it's gonna.
He already fought once and he got choked out in like a minute.
It's not surprising.
I know, but now he's kind of fighting like another loser that like he wouldn't be in the UFC if this fight wasn't there either.
Yeah, I don't know too many people, but I know that Colby guy is just running his mouth and having a good time
So
about
who's
it.
your 4-5 parlay? You got
Colby,
Ty,
Ty,
took Romero just to spite me, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then Ty Tuivasa, who's gonna starch Arlovsky. And
Tell me about that guy, because that guy's supposed to be, yeah, he's supposed. I don't know too much about him, but he's supposed to be really good.
Evan and I were watching him a couple weeks ago, and I forget who he was fighting, but he fought some other big dude, and like he just looked like he had that like kind of Samoan power.
Oh,
that
yeah.
just can't be fucked with, really.
He comes from like way back. And
Yeah.
leans.
And he got up and like rubbed his belly, and like had tribal tattoos like inside his belly button. That guy's a monster. And Arlovsky is just like such a glass chin these days, even though he's a champ. You know, like
Well, yeah.
I love him. He's a legend, but every time I watch him now, it's like he just gets like a little clip and then lights out.
Was he the guy who used to be like the vampire guy back in the day?
Yeah, like that
him?
was like the first guy to do the mouthpiece with the fangs.
That was him. And that's when he was in his prime then, because he was knocking people out,
That was a long time ago.
showing
now.
people up. But yeah.
But he's coming off a win too. He beat some guy who literally wore a diaper. Junior Albini. Type in Junior Albini.
I'm not connected to Wi-Fi. You want to connect in?
Let me see. I'll just show you. This guy Jackie and I were watching, and I think he was wearing like a normal like girdle, but he rolled it up, and he's like a big 265-pound out of shape dude. So he's walking. He's all pale. He's just walking around in this diaper. It was disgusting, and Arlovsky beat him in like a tough decision.
Okay, good. Yeah, in a tough decision. The guy
Yeah,
diaper,
like it wasn't even. It was
he
pretty
showed
bad.
up. He showed up to play.
He was actually like the thumbnail of a video on YouTube, and it said like biggest what the fuck moments in MMA. It was a picture of him. It was like the main picture on.
This
I'll
fight's
try to-
been on the ground for a long time.
This is like a bad picture of it, but
Oh, it is a good diaper.
yeah. Here, let me type in diaper. What's up, bud?
What's up, bud? Hey, dude. Thanks, bud.
What's up, bud?
Yeah.
You downstairs when we do this, or cool?
Take a seat right here, man. Join us. We're doing it. What fight are you most? What fight are you most? Oh, John showed me a guy who wore a diaper.
This is the last guy that fought Arlovsky,
It looks
Junior Albini. Did I show you this guy?
Okay, so if I'm being honest, it looks like he's just wearing like a UFC style Hanes like tidy whities.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just wearing UFC
Yeah, that's
tidy whities.
I guess diaper is not the best word for it, but
No,
that's
it
the
looks
picture.
Like, it looks like what
Yeah, when
Shogun used to wear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shogun
yeah.
would wear like the little whitey tidies.
Because when I think diaper, I think like Tommy Pickles.
Yeah. Well, if you took a dump, it would look like that.
A loaded diaper. He's fighting in a loaded diaper. No wonder why he's so good. No one wants to get close.
weight. Extra weight that the scale didn't find.
I can't beat anybody in the streets, but once I get him in the octagon and they got nowhere to go. Oh, she's probably so sad.
I'm part of this.
I know. But she did good. She was good. She
Exploitation.
knew CM Punk. We started to talk about the fights right when I started recording, and she knew CM Punk, so she could.
Dude, CM Punk, did you see his first fight when he just like trotted out and then
Joke.
choked down?
That's why Dana went out and found some loser that like he might have a chance against, but he's still gonna.
Where'd he find this guy?
I don't know. Like all I read about him was, well, he's a journeyman boxer and kickboxer. I was like, okay, well, so is anybody down at the dive bar? Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, I don't know. I still think he's gonna lose. Like,
CM Punk?
yeah, he's a fucking actor. I know he's been training, but.
Well, dude, he's sober. He's straight edge, bro.
It's a fight, though, you know.
That's
You
why,
catch
like,
him.
in WWE, like, he had the X's on his white
Yeah.
gloves. Straight edge.
Oh, it's a good message for those kids.
Damn
I
kids.
guess Delaney could be in for this part. He needs to hear it. CM Punk's role model.
Yeah, for those kids.
No,
What do you guys think about the Cup, huh? Game 5, that was pretty epic.
Yeah,
I caught the
did.
last 30 seconds of it.
You didn't watch any of it?
I had rec league softball. As I got home, like
Priorities.
I got home right when Vegas was like scrambling and making those sketchy passes as time was going down.
How was the softball game?
6:25 slot, and the way the sun is set up is just right in the
Oh.
eyes when you're batting. So like
awful.
usually we put up like 20 to 30 runs or something, and I think the game was like 12-8. it was embarrassing.
Just missing because you're barely you're seeing that ball.
Well,
jump
you
out
like
of
it
the
would go
sun.
into the sun even with sunglasses. Like, well, I know it's right where the sun is, so
Bing.
I'll just.
Miss it barely.
Yeah.
We have one field like that, and like right when the ball goes up, it's in the sun.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like
you're just
yeah.
swinging at the sun.
Yeah.
But like I usually try to like scoot back and then like try to see it and then step into it and
Yeah.
then
Just licking your chops.
or
at the-
crowd the plate and like step backward and then hit it.
Yeah.
Just licking your chops. It's like that guy in the Rookie of the Year.
But yeah, I was hustling over to.
Is this
We
the-
go to a bar, Jimmy Bones, after. Just me and Weber will get a couple beers. And I walked in like right when Vegas was scrambling to try to tie it up, and then just watching Ovi like. Watching it set in for him was really cool.
Did you
Yeah.
see him on Instagram? Like,
Yeah.
Him like in the fountain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you imagine just seeing him in the middle of the street, just like dude, that guy's on one. Right now.
Yeah.
And I love the caption is like, Ovi must be on the biggest cup heater of all time. There's like a picture of him in the Washington National Stadium. It's
Yeah.
like far away. You just see him holding up the cup.
Dude, yeah. So, honestly,
I'm pumped for
I'm
him.
worried now. Like what Whitney was talking about on the last episode was like
I didn't hear the last one.
of Chicklets. Yeah, he's just talking about like Yzerman. I think it was Steve Yzerman that like won it after his 13th or 14th year, and then he won 3. So like
They're
I
not
don't know.
three.
I don't think they were in 3 in a row.
This is
Not-
it, dude. This
I
is
don't
it.
know.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I
Ovechkin.
still
They're
think
losing-
Pittsburgh beats them like 4 series out of 5.
Well, and they're losing Carlson. They're losing
Yeah.
Carlson this year because he's gonna get paid, and then they're gonna lose. Oshie just re-signed, so they're
I love
forwards
Oshie,
stick
dude.
stick
Oshie's
together. But
awesome.
Kuznetsov's
got to have a payday soon.
Dude, as
Yeah.
long as you have Ovechkin playing like he played in these playoffs, you always have a chance.
Yeah, but it's just
And Holtby.
it's
Holtby playing.
so
Holtby making
hard.
saves.
It's
Holtby's
so hard to
save of the
sustain that.
fucking year.
It's so hard to sustain that. You have to have everyone locked up for like at least 3 years for like now.
Yeah.
The Yzerman years, it was like they had all these young players coming up, like, and they sustained that.
Yeah.
And now it's just different league now. I just feel like
Mhm.
even Vegas. I don't think Vegas will be back in the finals next year.
No,
They won't be back.
Well, they gotta play by the same rules now. Like now
Yeah.
they gotta like think about how they pick up players.
Well,
like,
now
with
they're
the
just-
salary cap in
They
mind.
fucked themselves with that Tatar trade. Now you
Mhm.
could say that was a bad trade
Yeah.
because now they have Tatar.
Plus, he didn't do shit.
Didn't really fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a nice game. The last game he played pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he was noticeable. You saw him on the ice. Took a bad penalty at the end.
Yeah.
I think they scored on that power play too. So, and it kind of switched momentum around that cost them the game. But like, you traded a first and a second for him.
Yeah.
Dude, you're Vegas. You can't be really doing that.
No.
You need to build through the draft because now all those guys are eventually going to get paid. You can't
Yeah.
keep them all, and you need to replace them with prospects.
Yeah, and it's not like they have like a pipeline.
No,
Like all their guys are.
they had
They're-
they had 3 first-round picks last year due to trades.
Yeah.
So those guys turned into something, but now they're first round. I mean, they don't even have a first 2 round pick. So
Yeah.
They trade both first 2 round picks, 1 and 2,
yeah, for Tatar,
for Tatar for 2. Wow.
1 and 2. I don't know if it was a first. It was a
How do you
first
feel
this
if you-
year. I don't know if it was a second this year too, or if it was a second next.
How
year.
do you feel if you're Detroit? He came from Detroit, right? He's in- How do you feel for them on that? You're like,
Well,
hell
he was
yeah.
better though in Detroit, but I mean, yeah, he's
But
talking about
still.
picks when you're kind of like not a great team
Yeah,
right
if
now.
you had to
Maybe
take-
you can pick year 2, put
Yeah.
them 2 together and trade up.
Yeah.
But really, if you're Detroit, you're just trying to get as many people. I think.
Detroit's
Yeah.
got a young squad. There's going to be a lot of good teams coming up next year. I think there's going to be a lot of good young talent. I mean, they were talking about it at the beginning of the Coyote season. It was like they got better at the end of the year because they were finally able to stay at home for like the first 20 games of the season. They played like in like 60 days or
Well,
something.
the Coyotes had
on the road, dude.
Well,
They
yeah.
played all on the
and
road.
it's easy to win.
So there's some young
I mean,
teams
it's
out
not
there.
easy to win at any time, but we have no pressure. Like the Coyotes were like, we suck, our season's over. Like,
Yeah.
let's just go out and fucking play.
Yeah.
It's hard to have that
Be
mentality,
spoilers.
you know, like, and everyone's coming in thinking, oh, it was a layup.
What?
You know, like they're like, oh, fucking, how many points do they have? 30? Like, we have 70.
I
Like,
think that's very true. I mean, that's absolutely 100% hands down.
let's
no
go out in
question.
downtown Phoenix and
Yeah.
get fucked up. And
But what I was saying was like the beginning of the year for a young team like that to have to go on the road and just be traveling on the like even for veteran guys that's a tough way to start a season. That many games on the road, and so I'm not surprised
think
this guy
they're-
struggled.
Was their first 2 against Vegas, and they just kind of expect this new franchise team, and then they just get thrown to the buzzsaw their first 2 games. Like, whoa, where did these guys come from? I remember I bet on Zona when they went to Vegas, and like as soon as I saw like the opening ceremony and how pumped everyone was, I was like, oh, this was a dumb bet. And then like, it was like 4-0 at the end of the first.
yeah, dude, I remember watching that game.
Yeah.
I remember watching the game. I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling bad. Whoever the goalie was for like Arizona Ranta
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
I was like, and he's just getting 2-on-1s. Like,
Yeah,
just
the
like,
whole
on the
time.
try. You're like, fuck. And the Arizona's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Like, wait,
who's this Carlson
is this
guy?
not preseason? They're like, I thought it was preseason. They're hitting me. Like, they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Dude.
That was like one of my the earliest I knew I made a bad bet. Before the game started, like,
Yeah.
wow.
My
That was dumb.
bad bet this year was Tampa Bay versus Minnesota in football. Worst bet I ever did. Because I bet on Tampa Bay. I'm like, dude, they're 0-2. They're going to fucking beat Minnesota. Like, they're a good team. They're
Yeah.
going to beat them. Turn it on at like 9:50 and I'm watching like the pregame show. And the freaking like sideline guy goes, yeah, Tampa's defense, like 9 guys are out with the flu.
You just give up right there.
I was like, fuck, this is $100. I was like, and then the spread was like 10.5. So I was
Yeah.
like, dude, they're getting 10.5. Tampa's got this. Like, they might lose to Minnesota, right? And they're 0-2, but they're not gonna get blown
Yeah.
out. They're a good team. 9 guys on the defense.
You see Stephon Diggs.
I was like, they didn't even have enough guys to dress because you only have like 7 scratches. So they
Yeah.
had 2 sick guys just sitting there.
Sweating it out
I
in full
think
pads.
It was like, it was like,
I got pneumonia.
They're like standing on the way other end of the sideline, just like you guys stay over
Dude.
there. You're dressed. That's where you need to be.
Eating
Don't
chicken
stand
noodle
up.
soup. Theraflu.
Dude, it was
Stand
like
like next to the
38.
tent.
It was like 38-3. I was like, oh
Shit.
Right when that happened, I was like, not good.
Yeah.
Not good. I was like, that's alright. You guys are making a name for yourself. Those young guys.
Man, you should have done a live bet to like kind of balance your
Yeah.
shit bet.
Yeah, but then you'd probably lose that, and then you'd double.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fuck. I'm gonna just take it on the chin and be like, dude, Evan, you need to do some research.
Or like my dumb ass running across the street to Harrah's to hedge my drunk bet I made in Vegas.
You would have won a grand.
That was dumb.
There's Joe.
Rogan.
Man, how do you stay awake? if
Jackie
you're
said that,
He does so much stuff.
Evans got slept in the first 10 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I
dude.
heard.
Yeah, like they clinched up, and he is hanging his head out like way to the right, or I guess his left. And what's his name? I forget the guy's name, the tatted up white bald guy. I just saw it. He's like, oh yeah, I just need him right in the face.
Put his nose sideways.
And then, like, Rashad's falling back down and just watching this dude line up a huge hammer fist. And, like, he's, like, seeing stars already. Just boom.
Oh, another one.
And then I think Dan Murgliata, that huge ref, was just, like, also crunched Rashad, like, trying to pull the guy off of him. It's
What
bad.
do you do for
I think he needs to retire.
Yeah, do you hang the boots up if you're Rashad?
Yeah, I would have done it.
First of all,
before.
it's fighting a prelim.
Yeah, or no, it was Fight Pass prelim.
Ooh.
I had to log in to watch
Yeah, it
him
was
get
an
knocked
early.
out.
It was an early.
He went from
prelim.
being a main event
Yeah.
to a fight pass prelim.
Yeah, and like no shame, and he's old and he's a legend.
But you're in double A.
Yeah, right?
Right.
You're Juan Rivera, just hoping for your fucking call.
I still like to hit.
He's like Yager.
I still like the DH, man.
Rafael Palmeiro.
53 to sitting jacks.
It's like Yager playing in like any Russian
Yeah,
league,
yeah.
league you
Playing
get
in the
into.
Swiss league with Yager, like, dude, just. But like fighting's different. You're like, dude, you're putting your life.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
many. That kick just knocked a year off his life.
Yeah.
There's- Probably more, man. But there's so many good fighters out there, man. You can copy anybody.
It's
Yeah,
part
take
of
it
the
to
reason
choose.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the upset knockout is so cool to watch.
I have
Like
Covington.
Matt Serra
and
knocking out Jesus.
Anderson.
Yeah.
I mentioned Anderson, right?
Megan
Anderson,
Anderson, yeah.
Romero, Covington.
Sneaky
and
jacked
Ty.
that Megan Anderson.
You're going
I was
all-
watching UFC Embedded.
Did you go all underdogs?
No. Ty. It's a Tay.
Tuivasa.
Tuivasa.
Tua.
Tia?
Oh.
Is it
Tia?
Tia? or-
Ty
Ty?
Tuivasa.
Ty, yeah.
That guy's a fucking stud.
I was telling him about when we were watching, like, I don't even know much about him, but just watching that one fight, I was like,
The Mark
He's-
Hunt card? Was that the Mark
yeah.
Hunt?
Yeah, well, it was in New Zealand or
Yeah.
Australia, huh?
And he's Mark Hunt's on his team, right?
Yeah,
And I've seen him fight twice, and they haven't even made it past 2 minutes.
yeah.
And he's just fucking.
Just when he gets up and, like, rubs his belly around,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that
Well,
guy's-
you look at him, you're like, yo, he's sloppy, and then
Yeah.
he's fucking. He's athletic.
Yeah.
So
What are the weight
That's
classes
what it
for all
was.
the guys? Like so, Whitaker and Romero.
They're
what-
middleweight, 185. Well,
185?
185.2 if you remember.
And then obviously the ladies are a little lighter. That's what are they 135, 120.
I think they're doing 145. They, like,
145?
made
Well,
that
they're-
class for, like,
Cyborg.
Home and
That's pretty big.
Cyborg and, yeah.
That's gonna be. They're gonna throw some hands. They got
Yeah,
some weight
also,
on this.
she's like kind of jacked. I was watching that UFC Embedded,
Yeah.
Megan Anderson.
Yeah.
She's like 6 foot, shredded.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was trying to cut
Scary.
some weight in the like a
Scary.
hotel tub, and she's like, "What the fuck, dude? I'm 6 feet tall. Come on,
She's 6 what again?
6 feet tall.
Oh,
just
6
6
feet.
flat. That's what she said.
That's
So
big.
she'll
though.
I don't
she'll
really
probably-
look at her
You
stat
think she'll
line.
beat Holly Holm?
Dude, I think she could, and I actually think she will. I think Holly Holm was like way over marketed after the.
I just
Ronda
looked at
thing.
it because of like the age
Yeah.
difference too. Like, and she's got like 8
Mhm.
years on her. I think there's gonna be some.
Yeah, well, Holly Holm was like a super standard kickboxer.
I think so.
You know?
She's
Like she
fighter,
beat
man.
beat Ronda, obviously.
She's beating Misha Tate's ass though.
But Misha Tate's a like old school kind of like,
Yeah, mauler.
oh, we don't know what women's MMA is yet, so like the person that can do everything okay is like a good fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with Ronda, everyone's like she's unbeatable, and then all of a sudden everyone can knock her
Yeah.
out.
No, like Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes is like looks like the most unbeatable woman. On Cyborg.
Yeah.
That's why
I think
I
Cyborg
think
could beat some
that's
men.
honestly
Yeah.
what that all comes back to why I took the younger fighter. Like they
Oh,
haven't
this is on right now?
Yeah, it's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
they haven't been dealing with that internal mental battle as long. Like Holly Holm has been
Mhm.
not only fighting the fight, but she's been fighting the good fight in her head to like, get herself back in the ring
Yeah.
a lot longer. Obviously, she's like a pro. Don't get me wrong, but like Megan Anderson's been in there I'm going after her hunger. She's
Yeah.
28. She's hungry. You know, riding that coattail. Tell me about this fight. Who are these guys?
Well, Curtis Blade was on the main card. I think they moved up Holly Holm
Home to replace
to
Blades.
play. Why? Because they wanted the girls on the main card.
Well, they needed more chicks, and at the end of the day, I think Holly Holm is just like that whole preacher's daughter shit. Like she's like a marketable.
She's more marketable.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a bigger name than Curtis Blades, but Curtis
Right.
Blades, I
But
think,
the Reem
is
is
a
still
bigger up and comer. I mean, over
Overeem is a.
Yeah.
He's always a fun fight.
Yeah.
He's
He's
a
gonna get
little-
knocked out, or he gets
Yeah,
knocked
she's
out.
6
or he
foot,
gets
dude,
knocked out.
Megan Anderson.
That's pretty big.
But if Curtis Blades wins this, then he might get a chance at Stipe Cormier.
Yeah, you've been watching Ultimate Fighter though, huh?
Yeah.
So how funny, like, I don't really like DC just because I like the bad guy more often.
Yeah.
But like now he's
trying
pissing
to
me
be-
off even more
He's trying to be.
because like it's like fake bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like Bisping and fucking Chael Sonnen. Like I like those
Connor.
guys. But DC's just like, my man Stipe, man. I'm gonna beat you and put the belt on. Then I'll give it back to you and go back to my weight class. You know?
Like King take it from me.
Yeah, right. Good luck with that. Like, I
Here,
don't
J
know.
Box is calling you, man. What?
What's up, dude?
Here, I said, Evans, check this out. I did some research.
Just showing
You know how we're always talking about? It's always about who's hot. With any sport going into the playoffs, it's always the hottest team. So, the Caps weren't the best seed by any means. They had but they were in their division, but they weren't in points wise. They were just middle of the pack. They had 105 points. You know, they didn't have a lot of points. Like Jets had like 114. Predators had 117. There's a lot of better teams than Capitals, but going into the playoffs, they had the second best previous 10-game record, the 10-game streak going in, 8-2 going into the playoffs. The only team better were the Jets with 9-1. So it just goes to show you, like, the teams that are clicking, like, if you're a betting man, that's probably a good stat line to look at, is like your past 10 games, look who's clicking the most.
Yeah. I mean, but like Vegas, I remember, they hit a rough patch. And, I mean, it wasn't. They never really had like that big of a rough patch.
4 in a row.
But no, but they. I think it was end of March, maybe early April, or they might have started playing better. But they weren't like looking good. That's why I was excited when the Kings, got matched up with them first round, because I was like, oh, dude, Vegas isn't like playing amazing. But then in the playoffs, they were unbelievable with how they all played together. But I remember when the Kings won the cup the first time, like they were like the hottest team going in, but they had to beat the Sharks in the last game of the year.
Mhm.
Whoever won that game got into the playoffs.
They literally got in on the last game. Yeah, I remember that.
And then it was either they got that or they got the 8th seed or something or 7th seed or something like that.
Dude, so you know what's funny? When they brought out for the Vegas game, what was the guy's name? Let's get ready to rumble. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. I'm sorry, but what?
Michael Buffer,
Michael Buffer.
his brother.
It's his brother.
That's Bruce Buffer.
Oh, I want to bring up Bruce Buffer. I was hoping for Bruce Buffer.
No, like sibling rivalry. Can you imagine?
It's time.
and then Michael Buffer's like, rumble, and then
Like both
at
of
the
them.
dinner table, it's like arguing.
Their parents like, let's get ready to rumble. It's time. Dang it.
The voice of angels.
My boys are gonna grow up to be the best someday.
Imagine them at like a garage sale, just like, it's
What if they're
time now.
What if they're really smart intellectuals like this? You know what, brother? There's a market for this. There's no one pumping up this shit before it goes down. Bro, all it is the national anthem, then the game starts. That's boring. We need somebody to get these people ready.
I always like the 1920s guys. He was like, all right, today's match is between our young Curtis Blades and
Drew Taylor versus Evan Taylor. It's brothers of mine.
Now let's see.
We're
And now it's like Joe Bill's laying there now. Let's get it on.
The bee's knees that cuts me out.
Welcome back.
We're talking about
wish
Bruce
it had been Mike
and
to be-
Michael Buffer and how like it wasn't been for them growing up around like the dinner table.
Pass me a roll.
Let's get ready to rumble.
It's time.
Fighting! Every time.
Mom.
What is for dinner?
Thanks for this gorgeous spread, mother.
Those are my stuffed animals.
Let's get ready to slumber. Before bed. Not again, Michael. These are big dudes.
So I just made a bet with Johnny Box. I told you I was like he was gonna come over and he's not going to anymore. But
That's sad.
he's like, who's fighting? And I was like, you probably won't know anyone on the card, man. I know you're like an older UFC guy, but Arlovsky's on there. He's like, oh, I remember that guy. And then on the phone right now, he's like, hey, tell you what, let's bet a tall can on Arlovsky. I think he's gonna win. I was like, all right.
You about to get a tall can.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've always wanted a tall can.
Dude, that's a layup. Dude.
Yeah.
Arlovsky may be back in
Yeah.
like 2010,
It's a great thing about betting with a box brother. Like, you'll never have to like work out the odds of a bet or anything. Yeah, I'll take Tsubasa. Straight up.
Even
Tall can
Even
for tall
I-
can. Yeah.
you want that?
Yeah.
I took my uncle. So I took my uncle to in Laughlin to the sports book at one of the casinos out in Laughlin, and we get there, and I put 20 on the Capitals just to win straight up. It was game 1, so I fucking lost. And he goes, you know what? I think Vegas is gonna win. I'm putting 20 on Vegas to win. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
The teller or whatever the guys that whatever you call those guys, he was like, you guys should just bet each other. And I was like, fuck up, dude. You're ruining my odds, man. So funny. So he sat there. He's like, I won $12. He put 12 and 20 down. I would have came away with like 42
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like ridiculous. It's so
it's
funny.
funny, like,
So
if
you got some action on the sports book?
Yeah, I went down. Then me and him went down there and hung it out. I mean, no one else was like
Did he
Jen and the rest of the fam left, but it was just Rose and she hung out at the house, and me and Bill went down and just hung out at the sports. But
Did
it was
he
cool.
like it? He liked it?
Yeah, we just chilling. We're just being dudes.
Being dudes.
You
I
know,
love the sports book, man.
pretty sure dudes like being dudes.
I can't
I'm
wait.
just
Now
I'm going all
it's legal.
in there.
Now it's legal.
Sometimes they're lady dudes.
Yeah,
It's 2018,
but now it's legal. Like
Dude.
Pachanga. Once Pachanga gets one.
Oh, fuck.
A lady boy?
Sports book, Andrew.
Oh, sports book. Sorry, dude.
Dude, I'll be there all the time.
They have a couple lady boys already.
That were 2018. This isn't 2018 anymore.
My gender is lady boy.
Dude, we went to this Mexican restaurant today, like coming back from San Diego, and at this one, we're like waiting to order, and there's like a guy with green hair and a girl with green hair, and the guy asked me, "Hey, dude, are you in line?" And I was like, no, go ahead. We're still like looking at the thing." So like figure out what I want to eat on the menu, and I get back in line, and I know that I'm like looking at the guy with green hair. I'm like, oh, dude, that guy's kind of tall. And I look down, and dude's wearing high heels, normal like shirt, normal jeans. This guy's rocking like dress. I'm like, all right, I wasn't expecting that shoe wear on that guy.
So he wasn't wearing a dress. He just had jeans, t-shirt, and high heels.
He was wearing a gray, same color t-shirt I have
Gray
on.
t-shirt,
Uh,
blue jeans.
No, like a grayish, maybe dark black jeans. And
He was
then-
wearing jeans.
Yeah, jeans. And then he had black
hat, flannel,
torn up
Levi's, and high heels.
Yeah, I know.
Can of skull hanging out the back pocket.
The chick had green hair too. No, like the fucking bowl piercing on her
Septum.
nose.
Septum piercing.
And she was wearing Red Wing
Hats.
boots.
No. She had even better. She was wearing she had 2 sleeves of tattoos, like a yellow tank top, overalls, and then overall shorts, and then she had
shit.
pink boots.
She had boots. She did have boots. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Why don't you
good.
just put some Birkenstocks on?
Yeah, can we just cool people? That's
I was
funny.
like, this is
Oh, you guys want to hear something funny? On my way home last night, which I left from Arizona at
That's
like
not funny.
9:13. Let me get to it.
That's
man.
not funny.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing, dance.
Not
Clown.
falling for that again.
But anyways, I got off in Quartzsite and grabbed a quick bite to eat at Burger King. You know, you have it your way.
standard.
And I'm finishing up my burger, and I reach for the chicken nuggets because I'm a piece of shit. And of course, I get chicken nuggets with my meal. Not just the burger's gonna satisfy me, and everything around me goes pitch black. And I was in like a bright. It was like think of the lighting like a gas station, like a lot of fluorescent light. So the minute it goes pitch black, like I can't see anything for a second. Like, whoa, dude, what just happened? The sun just went out.
You're gonna get abducted by
You're all
aliens.
dead.
It's like Danny McBride in This Is the End comes
Yeah.
out, Channing Tatum on a leash.
Dude, it was
Channing Tatum young.
it was pretty scary though, dude. It literally was like everything outside the car was like black, and I was like, I'm in a spaceship now for a second. But I was like, okay,
Did you
so
finish your meal?
Burger King was
yeah, but I
was
missed
out.
the dipping sauce.
Got it all over my car. You should really see my shirt though. It's got barbecue sauce all over it. Real talk.
Girls,
Can I have some?
doesn't get all over the place. It doesn't belong in your face.
I was at dude. The Carl's Jr. was out. The whole place was out. So I turn on my lights, of course, and I try to get out of there. And I can't find a way out of there. Everything looks like a dirt road. And I finally get. Oh, he got rocked. He got rocked right there.
We ate a wicked ass knee.
Now he's got a rear naked.
This is a cool
no,
like
pizza.
poor man's fight companion we're doing right now.
Yeah, it is.
I really
It is
like
a
this.
pretty poor man's fight.
We're
yeah,
not
eventually-
commentating, but
it's
we're
like-
watching.
To answer your question, Evan, I pulled over right before I got back on the freeway, and I
shit.
found my way back to the road. Finished the nuggets. The nuggets were finished.
10 piece?
And got back 20.
Oh!
Whoa.
And a bird?
Dude, at
No,
Burger King,
Whopper?
the 20 piece is like $2. It's so bad.
Giving it away.
Yeah. No one's
Only
bought
one of
these.
5, so I had to dump out 15.
No one's bought these in 7 years, and we're not throwing them away.
10 cents a nut?
10 cents a nug.
Dipping sauce costs more.
Blaze is a wrestler though, so this is
Yeah.
where he wanted to go down.
That's what he did in the Hunt fight, too, where he ate some nasty shots. Remember that? And, like, he recovered so well.
Yeah, once he got hung.
Plus, he got that Yasiel Puig haircut going. Y'all gonna go.
E.T., when I go down
Yes, yes, I
when I go down to introduce Jade
Dodger
to Bo, will you come with me and help me with Jade?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are we gonna leave them alone together?
Well, yeah, we can put somebody in the laundry room and somebody up in your room. Who's completely separate.
Somebody. I like dogs and stuff, but it's a funny way to refer to them.
Hey, man, they're pretty smart.
It's 2018, dick.
They can be whatever they want. They can be whatever they want.
They're not. It's not gonna ruin the fight night, is it?
Oh wait. No.
Dumb down. Alright.
Ooh.
You guys, how about Smith Pelly's goal? I mean, I know it's not Bobby
Yeah.
R bullshit, like nothing like that, nothing at all.
I
But
like-
it was pretty tight, dude. That was a sick ass goal, a clutch as fuck. But like right off, he did it the night before, same kind of goal. Where he kicks it to himself, deflects it to himself. But that one, he just turns the whereabouts. Man,
Yeah.
I can't even flying down the ice. I can't even get the puck on net when if I'm
Yeah.
going full speed. I'm just trying to stay on my feet and look at the puck, and I fire it. I'm like, damn, that was wide. He did it falling, slides it in there.
It's crazy. I really liked his fucking
That's
just
dumb.
agitating flurry. That was like my favorite part of the series.
Oh yeah, that was.
I love that Caps just fucking hit people.
Yeah.
Andrew Beerman?
Tom Wilson. Beer me, Andrew. Yeah. That was
Tom
such a great series.
Wilson, Ovechkin.
I love Tom
Smith
Wilson. He
Pelly.
just gets under people's skin. Do you see that that little clip of Reeves and Wilson going at it? I think in like game 1.
Yeah.
He's like, "Would you? What do you say?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Would you? You kidding me?" He's
I
like,
wouldn't want to fight Reeves.
Fuck no, dude.
I like that Big Buff was when he's playing Winnipeg. Big Buff
I
was
want to see
taking,
Buff and Reeves just
Dude, he was
go.
taking
Yeah.
Reeves out. I was like, I've never even seen Reeves get jacked up.
Yeah.
But Reeves is fucking old school good player. I like him.
Did you see?
My
I don't
dad
know.
fucking hates Ryan Reeves. I
Yeah.
was like,
Did you see? It was. I think Smith Pelly was coming up to the corner of a net like after a stoppage, and like Reeves hit him. It was right when the camera was changing angles too, but Reeves hit him with the quickest like left jab, and it like
Yeah.
sent Smith Pelly's head flying
Whoa.
back. Boom.
I'm awake now.
That's a powerful
Like,
lion.
Here's a cup of coffee.
Yeah. What the fuck up?
Yeah.
Well, this is like so funny. Like when that goes on in hockey, and I love that it goes on. But then when Oshie throws his little like shoulder into was it? Who was it?
Marshall? Or no?
No, it was one of their defensemen. I forget which one.
McNabb. Was it McNabb?
No,
Theodore?
Theodore. Yeah, I think it was Theodore. And Gallant's like, well, there should have been a penalty. I'm like, dude, you guys have been punching each other like after every whistle. Like, come on.
That's
Especially with-
that's an old school move. Like everyone. knows
Yeah.
that. Like, Forsberg. used to
Yeah,
do
and the
that
thing
move.
that
I
I
think
think
it's
Theodore's stick was what broke his nose. His stick like rocked up and hit him in the nose.
Yeah.
And your boy James Neal too is like doing all his chippy shit,
I
dude.
hate him, dude. I hate him.
But then you
Fuck.
see him when he hit, who'd he hit into his own goalie, into Holtby? And Holtby got down. Oh, you missed the game, so you didn't see it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
At the end, like, there's a whistle, and you know that they stop, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, he pushes, he like gives him a shove and then stops, and then the Capitals guy goes right in the Holtby, and like tangles up Holtby, like looks like it kind of rattled Holtby a little
Yeah.
bit, like he's like how to like flicks out his knee.
Yeah.
And Neil's like standing outside the blue plate, like, what? Like, I didn't do that. I didn't need to do that.
Such a tool.
Like, you're
man.
like, dude, you tried.
That's why I
that.
loved when he missed
You know-
that empty net. I
Yeah.
fucking loved
And
that.
you were like, dude, you knew what you're doing.
Yeah. His whole
It's like just it's not enough to be like you did it on purpose.
Right,
you
right.
Try to do
You're just
that.
a fucking
But it's
grease
like
Like-
that was your goal was to hit him.
I like what I was talking to Brad at your bachelor party about that. Or it might have been at your wedding. It was one of them. He was like, yeah, you just know James Neal's a douche by the fact that he's so good, but no team hangs on to him. Like,
Doesn't matter what they got.
yeah.
He's got perfect teeth.
Yeah. Right? But him, Perron, and obviously the guys that made a big name for themselves on Vegas, but mainly him and Perron and Fleury are the reason that I don't listen to any Vegas fan being like, oh, we're a team full of ragtags, no one wanted us. It's like, dude, those are good players.
Well, and every
Neil's an all-star, shut the fuck
McNabb?
up. Yeah,
McNabb?
McNabb's a really
He's a
good
good- he's
defenseman.
gonna be so
Marshall
good.
is
Yeah.
good. Marshall
Yeah.
is good on Florida.
Yeah.
Riley Smith is good.
Marshall still had like 20-some goals.
Dude, the
like-
Kings
last year.
wanted to keep McNabb.
Yeah.
The Kings didn't want to lose McNabb, but they were
Yeah.
like, shit, who do we keep, McNabb or Forbert? They kept
Yeah.
Forbert, they had to lose McNabb. They don't like, you know what, that's the misconception is that these are unwanted guys. Like,
Right.
all the teams wanted to keep them,
Yeah.
just the rule said they have to give up somebody, and Vegas gets a pick.
Yeah. I felt bad for Nate Schmidt, dude. Gets pulled off of the Caps,
Yeah.
and the Caps beat him in the
Or how
finals.
about the GM of Vegas?
Yeah.
He was the GM of Washington.
Yeah, right.
Built the Caps, and he builds Vegas. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck them over. And then he's like, oh, no.
Damn it! So close. I was man. There was
Oh,
a
Blades is going to town.
oh
Oh, now he's gonna take
Just
it
eat the punches.
Now he's gonna win the round. Yeah, Blades won this fight now. If he stays on the ground.
yeah for sure.
It's a 3-rounder. You got a minute and a third.
I think they're all threes except for the last two.
Yeah, just title fights or main events.
Yeah.
Who do you think, Covington or Dos Anjos?
Covington.
I don't
baby.
know, man. It's a tough call because like Dos Anjos, like his main body of work was done at 155, so it's like really hard to tell. But he's been good at 170.
I
Beat
kind
the
of hope,
fuck out of Robbie
I kind of
Lawler.
hope Covington like just talks shit during the whole fight.
Yeah, he probably will.
Shows him up and just gets slapped.
But he is kind of from
No.
what Dos Anjos was saying. He said, like when it's him and Covington like behind the scenes, like Covington's like a choir boy, like doesn't say shit. But then like on the
It's all an act.
microphones, yeah. So it's like I don't know if that'll translate to in the ring, but everyone's watching, so he'll probably want to keep
Yeah.
his persona up there.
Because it's got him fights.
Mhm.
It gets him fights.
Yeah,
Everyone wants to see him get knocked out. It's like, worked for Floyd Mayweather, worked for Conor,
yeah,
worked for the Diaz
Hey,
brothers,
man, you
but
gotta-
not on
you gotta
intentional
add-
bets.
yeah. Right, that's a dumb guy talking.
You just gotta add something to your game if you can't. In
I want to
in
see
the,
Nick Diaz.
if you
fight.
can't in the ring,
I hope Nick Diaz.
you gotta add something to your game, and that way you can get
It's
more
all
fights. You
promotional,
know.
yeah, it's for money. Like, dude, it's completely proven that you will be richer if you act that way.
Well, Dana White even said he's like, "There's good fighters that I don't have in the UFC because they're boring."
Yeah.
Like, if you have like,
Damien fucking Maya.
if you have
He
two,
plays in the UFC.
if you have
He signed.
well, Ryan Bader. Ryan
Mhm.
Bader was in the UFC, and then he had like a couple boring fights because he just
Go to
wrestled them,
Bellator.
and then they fucking kicked him out. Or who was another one that he kicked out? And Dana White told him, he's like, "Dude, you're boring when you fight." Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, he said that to Tyron Woodley about like not letting him pick his matchups. He's like,
Yeah.
why would I let you pick a matchup? You don't do anything when you fight.
Yeah. And the Woodley one, I felt bad because one,
Oh, he's
The
out.
T1?
Oh, his blood's going everywhere,
Is that
dude. His
over it?
nose is
Yeah.
caved in. His nose going out the back of his head. He looks
Yes.
like,
as soon as he got him down on the ground,
dude.
Yeah.
He looks like he hasn't even been touched. He looks like he's been through D-Day.
his nickname is Razor Blades. Razor Blades, dude. Razor Blades.
Yeah.
Cut him.
Dude, his face started to pop and explode like a grape when he was on the ground.
how come people in the stands
I
like get
wanna
up and
see-
like flex and stuff? It's like are you really like
Bro, if you
amped that someone else did something dope? Because it's not like your favorite sports team. You know what I mean? Like,
how much money did that person have in that fight?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe true. Maybe true. Maybe true.
$1,300. Is it right here? Right here. That
Excellent
elbow.
point, sir.
That elbow. That elbow.
We're here, watch
That
this.
elbow.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Dude, his face started to
Dude,
pop.
5
Everybody wants some
elbows
hamburger
in a
meat.
row.
Dude, yeah.
So who do you think Blake will fight next? Do you think
Tenderizer.
You think he'll get a title shot?
You want a sloppy Joe?
You think-
He's. I mean, I don't think anyone would have a problem with him getting a title shot.
Yeah. The only one he's lost to is Nagano, right?
Yeah, and that was like a while ago now, huh? A couple of
Yeah.
years.
And now I feel like he beat Mark Hunt. He won this one. I mean, maybe
And they're all like good wins
maybe they'll
too.
give him Kane. Maybe fight
Yeah.
Kane next.
I think it would be Kane.
Ooh,
Now.
what about Undertaker?
Taker.
He's the next big guy to make the crossover to MMA. Just digs a hole in the middle of the fight and goes under the mat.
Tombstone pile drivers. This tombstone pile drivers him.
That happened in like a Pride fight, and it like legitimately, or in a early UFC fight or something like that. But it legitimately caused that person like damage, permanent damage. Or I think they finally
made it a
worked
rule: no pile drivers.
Dude, Tombstone pile driver's real, dude.
Dude,
Undertaker's real.
he would cross their arms like in a coffin, and
He literally chokeslammed a guy straight to hell. I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Chokeslammed.
That man was
guy
me.
left.
straight to hell.
Chokeslammed to hell. Jim
He had a
Ross
helmet
on
cam
the
on.
Dude, I know Jim Ross like had his bad moment, but I really want him to do some type of commentating
Dude,
again
if he could
because
do UFC, it would be amazing.
dude, he gets me so amped. He gets me so amped. When they start throwing it, like oh yeah, he's just like so crazy. What's he? God, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Dude, no, do it, Taker. Don't do it. No, he did it. He threw it through the table.
Here, let's get some here. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Yo,
Blades.
Yo, I mean, this is obviously Ovechkin he deserves the Conn Smythe, but here comes the pop. Here comes it right there. His first one, second one, third one
Oh,
was
that
the
one fucked up
worst.
his ear.
But Kuznetsov, dude, he could have easily won that. I mean, Holtby too, because that
Conn
save.
Smythe?
The Conn Smythe, but
You have to give it to a bitch.
got-
I know, but do you know how many more? I think Kuznetsov had like 9 more points.
yeah, but it's Ovechkin's team.
yeah, of course. I don't, but still.
I would say Ovechkin, then Holtby, and then Coetzee.
I think like the next one, if they win another one, it'll be like the Justin Williams, like
Yeah.
how the Kings gave it to Justin Williams.
Yeah.
That one, because he was like so clutch in all those game sevens. But,
Yeah.
But he wasn't the point leader on the team. I don't think for
Yeah.
that series. But he just was so clutch. But the next one, like okay, Obi won this one, and then like maybe Holtby gets it. But I wouldn't even give it to Holtby. I'd give it probably to Kuznetsov, or freaking just give it to Jay Beagle. I mean, Smelly Pelly would even get it, you know, like.
He was, dude.
Dude, he was so clutch. He was like their Justin Williams, you know.
And he was, in my opinion, he was kind of far down the line for holding the cup up. But that kind of goes with some seniority, too.
Yeah.
But, like, if I'm, like, picking the order, he's, like, third or fourth.
Who's this?
Smith Pelly, when he was holding the cup up, like, he was
I
way
think
down
you
the
give
line.
you give it to the vets. I feel
Yeah.
like that Backstrom went too because he was like I think they went like the
Backstrom was great. Seeing him and Ovi fucking...
yeah longevity with the Caps. I think
Yeah.
also played a part of it.
I probably would have scooted
Orpik's a
Orpix.
leader.
I probably would have scooted him back a little bit.
You would?
Well, it comes.
Yeah.
It comes.
He
to the
just
players.
held one with the
It comes
fucking
down to the
ends.
players, though. But like, I
Maybe
think Smith Pelly
Maybe
jumps.
it's on how size their wrenches.
I think.
Hey, Smith Pelly
Whoa,
never
yeah,
won.
Smith
Belly's gone smart.
Conn Smythe.
Yeah, I'll say it out there.
Yeah,
I mean, he'd probably score a goal with it.
Have you seen
You
that?
don't think that goal helps him jump up that line a little bit? That
Smith Pelly's?
Yeah, his crazy goal. He's like,
Dude, I, like I'm saying, I would put him up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think not even only...
They don't win the
He
cup
scored a
without
lot
him.
of goals.
They don't win the cup
Yeah.
without him. They don't beat Pitt. They don't beat
Yeah.
Tampa.
Yeah,
and they
he's
don't
fucking
beat
great,
Vegas
dude.
without him.
Have you seen that celebration
And-
kids are doing now though, to show how big their dick is?
No, what is
I
it?
saw it in the College World Series the other day. Some
the
kid,
elephant?
yeah, some kid hits a triple and he's like looking at his dugout. He's like, "Yeah, dude, down the fucking ground."
Oh, I love
And
that.
the announcer's like, "Is that an elephant?" Is he doing the elephant?
That's so funny.
Fucking awesome.
Down the fucking ground.
Yeah. Big
That's
dick
why-
triples.
That's why I want to get. I want to get like
Should we
either
start
a
the
camera or
podcast?
something decent,
I don't know if we can in here.
so we can start filming this
There
shit.
you go down.
Yeah.
Alright, wrap it up.
Wanna go down there?
That's
Or
always
the-
a good idea.
Is it the main card's gonna start?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta watch CM Punk.
Do this again soon, buds.
tomorrow morning or something?
We can do
Yeah, we
another
can do
one.
another one.
Fight analysis.
Finalysis, Dodger analysis. We have
Los
there's so much
Sos,
more we could
Sos,
talk
Sos,
about.
Sos, Sos.
Five
Los
more.
Sos, Sos.
Those, oh yeah. Gracias.
Fight analysis.
Los Osos.
Just trailing up.
Yeah, where are you from?
Sos.
Los Osos.
We're the Osos.
It's Los Osos. That place doesn't have an end. It's just Los Osos.
Yeah, Los Sos.
If you're in a canyon and you're lost,
Los Sos.
where are you? Los Osos.